Hello, my name's Simon Broadrick from Uptons at Bassett, Southampton. And we've got a lamb course coming up this week, so although I don't need to practice, you can't practice too much, so we're going to French trim this rack of lamb. Well, it's going to be a rack of lamb. At the moment it's the best end neck, so it's got the rib bones down here. I've chined it, which means I've cut along the chine bone either side there, because at home I haven't actually got my saw with me. This is what we're going to practice on Wednesday's course. We're going to go down either side, cutting into the spine bone and then cutting down. This lamb is from a good friend of mine, Ed Godwin, who's probably about 2 miles down the road. So there it is. It's nice and clean. I'm not any good at many things, but what I am good at is taking bones out with not much meat on, and you'll see there's not much meat on there. So this time of year is a good time for lamb. It's still nice and tasty. Don't forget this part here, if you're doing this at home, is the end of the blade bone. So you want to take that piece out there because that'll be tough, and you don't want anything tough. This time of year, like I was going to say, is a good time of year for lamb because it's a little bit less expensive than the spring, but it's got a lot more flavour in it. But it's still fairly tender, unlike just after Christmas, January, February, when it starts to get a little bit more fibrous. That's what we say in the trade, fibrous, not tough, it's fibrous. So here we are. Now, if you were going to do it properly, you go cut just above the eye. But for me personally, I like a little bit of extra meat, and I don't mind that fat, so I go a little bit higher, and also I paid for it. But the more important thing is, and now, sorry, what I'm doing, I'm cutting down into the bone, against the bone, exposing these rib bones. I'll just show you that again. Turn it over. That's a little bit of skirt. You'd normally cut just above the eye. I go a little bit higher because I like the fat. I'm into my fatty meats. And again, I'm not cutting towards my hand. If you see the angle of the knife, I'm cutting against, sliding the knife down on the bone. And the nearer you get it to the bone, the less work you'll have later on. So there's that. Very important, you want to take this bark off the lamb here because this is tough. So if you can't do it, if you struggle to do it, get yourself a bit of kitchen towel. I'm lucky for the viewers at home that they don't come any stronger than me. You just, okay, maybe I spoke a bit too soon. Maybe I need to get back down to the gym. But the idea is you want to pull this bark off, leaving the fat on the rack of lamb, because that fat is gorgeous. Okay, I definitely need to get back down to the gym. There we are, here we go. There we are, so you take it off, leaving the fat on the rack, The rhyming butcher of Southampton in the house. And again, put it off. But on that membrane, if you go too far, you will start taking the fat off as well. So if you go, just nip it with a knife. Stay nice and high. Oh my God. There we are. So sometimes you've got to use the edge of your apron. Even if it's not an Uptons apron, you've got to wear a lemon and sole apron, which my future wife-to-be has instructed me. So there's that. And now what we're doing is we're coming down either side of the bone. Again, you're putting the knife against the rib bone, either side. Ooh. Don't do that, it's bad practice. Against the rib bone. There we are. What I haven't got at home, I haven't got my my chopper to. What I'd normally do is just take the top length of these bones down a little bit. But very trendy at the moment is the tomahawk steak. I don't know if anyone's come across those, which is the same cut in the beef, but with great big long bones. So we're gonna maybe we can have some lamb tomahawk chops and be trendy too. There we are. Now, if I was in the classroom and this was a competition, I'll get some sandpaper and just clean those bones up really tight. And it's easy to do if you've got the time and the inclination, you just carry on scraping, carry on scraping, carry on scraping, and the piece of meat against there, like that. So you can keep going, and, you know, all you want. For me, I'm not that fussed because I'm going to eat this myself. In the lesson on Wednesday, we will make them nice and clean because that's what we're there for. But also, when you cook them, they will come out better anyway. And after we cook them, we've got these lovely little chef's hats. I don't know if you can see those, which will go on the end, and we can touch them without getting our fingers dirty and eat them like as if we were on the Titanic. So there's one. I'm not going to let you suffer and do the other one. And what also I'll do, I'll just score that fat like this. And the reason for that is that when we fry it, it will render that fat down quicker and give it a lovely finish. So there we are. There's a lovely rack of lamb, French trimmed, chine bone off. And so when you come to cut it, we can cut straight in between the bones. Thanks for watching the Simon Broadrib channel, and we'll see you next time on Broadrib TV.